With Sakineh Mohammadi Ashtiani's life hanging in the balance behind bars in Tabriz, the international campaign led by her son to save her from being stoned to death gathered steam, sparking condemnation from governments around the globe against her imminent execution for allegedly committing adultery in Iran. From the U.S. State Department,
we're deeply troubled by press reports of the planned execution by Iranian authorities of Ms. Ashtiani by stoning. Stoning as a means of execution is tantamount to torture. It's barbaric and an abhorrent act.
To a harshly worded statement from the British Embassy in Tehran. Stoning is a medieval punishment that has no place in the modern world. The continued use of such a punishment in Iran demonstrates a blatant disregard for international human rights commitments, which it has entered into freely, as well as the interests of its people. To the summoning of the Iranian ambassador in Norway to address the Ashtiani case, Sajjad Mohammadi Ashtiani's plea for the world to come to his mother's aid appeared to be working. Addressing the international outcry, Iranian officials released a letter in response to the Ashtiani case, denying reports that she will be stoned to death. According to information from the relevant judicial authorities in Iran, she will not be executed by stoning punishment. The Embassy of the Islamic Republic of Iran highly recommends that news and reports should not be taken for granted and considered a reliable source of information for official statements or misjudgments. Human rights advocate Mina Ahadi, who has been working on behalf of Ashtiani's children to bring attention to the case, says the statement leaves too many questions unanswered.
This letter says they will not stone her, but it didn't say what will happen to her afterwards. I get surprised because we always have big campaigns against stoning, but then the government stones people. We don't want them to drop the stoning order, but then pick up another execution order. We want her freed and the charges dropped.
Ahadi says that Ashtiani's son Sajjad told her he is refusing to back down from his open letter of request for an additional pardon from Ayatollah Khamenei or Judiciary Chairman Sadegh Larijani.
He told me we must receive a letter from the government in Tehran saying that my mother's charges are dismissed and that my mother is free to go. He said that he will be happy if these charges are dropped and will thank everyone who helped his family, but he also told me he wants proof that they will not throw his mother back in prison and proof that they won't come back and say she will be stoned or executed.
As the world watches, Ashtiani's son's campaign may have prevented his mother from being stoned to death, but for now it remains unclear whether Sajjad's plea is enough to spare his mother's life. Mohammed Jamjoom, CNN, Atlanta.